First comic coming up is the top of the class, pretty much everywhere he goes, and his name is Pete Barlow, everybody. Pete Barlow.
I'm starting to think Pete Bigelow sounds better. I'm stealing your last name. So, this one time, earlier this year, I shot a movie and I had a sex scene. See, what had happened was, last year I sort of became an actor. See, what is that most people seem to have this idea that all stand-up comedians are also actors. Like, on one hand, I get it. Robin Williams, Whoopi Goldberg, Jamie Foxx, all stand-up comedians before winning an Oscar. But on the other hand, we allowed Andrew Dice Clay, Carrot Top, and Dane Cook to have movie careers for like a week. I'm just saying there should at least be an audition, but I digress. So, I know where on this extreme spectrum I land. Like, as an actor, I can play everything from like a nerd to a slightly more nervous nerd. I'm the Daniel Day-Lewis of this generation, is what I'm saying. But you see, what had happened was that the Screen Actors Guild went on strike last year, and all casting directors just relaxed all of their standards. So, for example, I got cast as a Russian pimp in a Christian anti-human trafficking movie. Folks, I'm not sure when, but my life became a really weird game of Mad Libs fairly recently. Now, shortly after I was cast, the director called me up and was like, "Hi, I just want to let you know that your character has a very sexually explicit scene, and I want to make sure that you're comfortable with that." Now, folks, I've seen what I look like with my shirt off. It's like the Pillsbury Doughboy rolled around the floor of an Italian barbershop. So I assumed she was joking when she asked me this, so I said yes. So, what it was that she was not joking, and we filmed that shit last February. Now, let me paint a picture of the set for you all. It was the attic of an abandoned Liberty Mutual at a strip mall in North Carolina at 2 a.m. Folks, this movie is not a porno, probably. I have not seen the finished product. Anyway, I get to the set and the director calls action, I lie down on the air mattress, because Hollywood is glamorous, folks. I lie down on the air mattress next to the actress, and I'm down there for like a minute before I just sit up and go, cut. I have received no blocking for this simulated sex scene. And the director's like, "Yeah, we really don't have time for that, so just improvise something." Folks, this was a very difficult task for me to do, and well, this is a little embarrassing to admit as a 37-year-old man. I have never had pretend sex before. Like, it's always just been real. But the show must go on, so like most of the women I've slept with, I just had to fake it. Now, I asked the director for some further guidance, and she was like, "All right, well, the most important thing to keep in mind when having simulated sex is that there's no physical contact between you and the actress." Like, of course! Why on earth would you want to make this any easier for me? Now, we were given a blanket to help simulate coitus, and folks, based on the size of the blanket they gave us, it had previously been used as like a cocktail napkin for premature babies. That's a fun mental image, a bunch of premature babies drinking martinis. But anyway, it was large enough that I could basically cover her shoulder. And so I sidled up behind the actress, gave her some nice like middle school dance distance, and then just kind of like bobbed my hips over and over and over again, creating what I can only imagine is the least convincing sex scene in film history. And the entire time that this is happening, all I'm thinking is, why on earth did you tell your parents that you got cast in this movie? They'd be so proud of you. Now, I was kind of like dogging on myself for this whole experience and thinking like, wow, you're spending your 2 a.m. in North Carolina filming this terrible sex scene. But then I remembered the wise words of an old sage. What it had been was. Well, my name's Pete, that's been my set, and I used all 4 phrases. Woo! Coming up here, host Happy Bones, everybody.
No, that was cool, man. That was cool. I got notes. Check it. I loved at the beginning you said what was. Did you just accidentally not put the what it was, the it in there?
Oh, that's more grammatically correct.
Yeah. What was. But I was like, damn, I might change it. So you compare yourself to Daniel Day-Lewis for real?
Not remotely.
No.
I have a range of A to A minus, folks. You don't need to hire me for anything.
So, are you really hairy on your body, but not on top of your head?
It's a cruel fate of biology, folks. My shoulders are never cold, and yet they're very hairy.
Oh.
What about your chest? Come on, baby.
All you gotta do is wait for the movie to get released. I'm just saying. You understand more than that.
Yeah, that's funny because I dated a Palestinian girl for a long time, and she had pretty flowing hair, but like down there she had pretty flowing hair too. You could braid that shit. I was like going through the bush whenever literally, you know.
You could call it the Gaza Strip.
Damn. I set him up and he slammed you. So your bit turned into you getting into a film that you were suspicious that it was maybe adult related or adult, kind of thing, and then you cut the film, which is the director's job, and so now you're a director officially. You can
My
put that
film
on
school degree is finally being put to use, you guys.
Do you like acting?
Yeah, it's a living.
I feel like we all act every day, really, because we're like you have your hub personality, and then you have all the spoke personalities. Like you don't talk to your boss the way you do to your best friend, et cetera, et cetera. Bullshit. Fucking reporter, Tony Robbins. Good job, man. Not kidding though. Tony Robbins is a smart dude. Okay, so fake sex and the babies. What the fuck's up with the blanket? I mean, I was trying to imagine it in my head, but I can't.
It was the smallest blanket I've ever seen in the world intended for adults. I'm just like, this is not gonna do much.
So it was like a loincloth, and you just tied it on or something.
It was like baby's first blanket.
Oh.
It's like meant for a crib, and I'm like,
to swaddle a newborn.
This
You
will
got a
cover
newborn down there? Good job, bro. Just kidding. All right, so no contact whenever you fake fuck the girl, and did you get a boner? Was she hot? Did you touch her boobs?
There was no
Did
physical
you
contact.
hit on her afterwards? Did you take her home?
Did
you go to the hotel?
I went to a hotel. I stole a
Did
bottle
y'all
of
get
vodka
drunk?
from the set, and I got drunk in the hotel. It was a very adult
Did
thing
she
to
show
do.
you one titty? Just one
I saw
titty?
no boobs.
Can I see one titty? Okay. That's from In Living Color.
I'm doing a great job promoting this movie, apparently.
Yeah, so that's good info. I didn't know about the blankets whenever people were fucking on the TV, but I do remember there's a movie with fucking Angelina Jolie and that dude that was Puss in Boots.
Brad Pitt? No.
Original Sin.
Antonio Banderas, yes, an Original Sin. And the only reason I watched the movie was because I read this article where Angelina Jolie was like, "We're not doing that on this movie. Whatever happens, happens." And I was like, "Oh, I gotta see this fucking flick." All right, I'm gonna hand it over. That was a good ending, right? I'm gonna hand it over. Do your parents know about this movie?
Oh yeah. They're not gonna watch it though.
Is it out yet? Because
No.
we're all gonna watch it.
It's called Blind Date. You can look it up on IMDb.
All right. I love it. How much did you get paid?
Nothing so far.
I got credits.
I got paid in experience.
Oh, exposure. Nice.
I got credits, man.
Been there.
Well, I'm gonna hand it over to our judge, Mr. Onionhead. Look at me getting the mics twisted up. Here you go. All right. You ain't never went first, Onion. Let's see what goes on with this dynamic.
I know, I was thinking that if Andy was here, he'd probably say, that was funny as hell, and I like the stuff about the other stuff, but it makes me uncomfortable to think about you with the other stuff.
Okay, you're doing impressions now. I love it. I love it.
I'm gonna
I'm going to call Andy, too. He's at the beach. I'm going to tell him what you do.
That was really well composed, really let us on. I think the only constructive criticism I would really give on that is you could really throw in those topics more and more and more throughout the whole thing, the way that you did with the cookie thing. I think you got a great bit there, and people can relate to it because hot guys, hot chicks don't watch porno. People like you, and that's audience relation. And you know,
Oh, shit. What? Jeez. Good job, Onion. That was great.
Onion's insane.
You took that in, right? You got it up here? Okay, good, because you got to. We love you, Onion. Thank you, sir. Mr. Joe Ball?
If for nothing else, the uncomfortable look on your face describing the simulated sex scene, gold. I would have laughed at that if you'd have just done 18 seconds and then walked off stage. High marks, man. That's all I got.
All right, we're going to hand it over to our guest judge this week, Mr. Yuncle Boudreaux.
All right, Pete, I found you mumbled too much. You seem confused. Oh, well, no, I'm sorry. That's from the debate Thursday night. My bad. My bad. I've seen you perform several times. That was really good. Your highest, I'm going to keep it brief because I thought I would be performing by now because we were supposed to start at 7. I drove an hour and a half and all that shit.
Well, no, doors at
So-
7, Boudreaux.
Huh?
Doors at 7, show at 8.
Fuck. I could have took a goddamn nap.
Who reads that
Well,
far down?
you should have texted and be like, can I be there at 7:30? I've been like,
Oh,
yes,
my
sir.
God. Anyway, I'm still going to keep
I'm going
it
to try to
brief.
communicate better. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'm still gonna keep it brief because I'm ready to do this thing. But your strong point was definitely staying on topic because when you're doing 5 minutes, you can afford for the whole thing to be about the one thing, and you did that. You did that very well. The only thing I gave you a fairly low score, and it's just because of the nature of the bit, was the crowd interaction because there really wasn't room for that in that. So I gave you some points for it. That was just your lowest because that bit just doesn't call for a lot of interaction. But we loved it. I loved it. I thought it was great, man. As good as I've seen you do, honestly.
Hell yeah, Yuncle Boudreaux, appreciate you. Everybody give it up for my man Pete. Pete Barlow, the superhero.